The Sun, 4.6 billion years old, and the lifeblood for planet Earth in the center of our solar system. The surface of this yellow dwarf is 5,500 degrees Celsius, while at the core, the Sun's temperature can reach more than 15 million degrees Celsius. The chemical aspect of the Sun is made up of 74.9% hydrogen, 23.8% helium, while heavier elements like oxygen are at 1%, carbon at 0.3%, neon at 0.2%, and iron at 0.2%. The Sun spans a diameter of 1,392,684 kilometers and a circumference of 4,370,005.6 kilometers at the equator. Without the Sun, intelligent life would cease to exist.
Mercury, the closest of the planets at just 0.39 astronomical units or 36 million miles to the Sun, was discovered in the 14th century by Assyrian astronomers. The planet is known as the second densest in our solar system at 5.427 grams per centimeter cubed, with a makeup of 70% metallic and 30% silicate. Mercury has a diameter of 4,879 kilometers, making it the smallest planet in our solar system. During the day, the surface of Mercury can reach up to 427 degrees Celsius and negative 173 degrees Celsius in the shade, making living conditions on Mercury not suitable for humans. For every 2 rotations the planet makes around the Sun, Mercury makes 3 rotations on its axis. 1 solar year for this planet takes 88 Earth days for the planet to orbit around the Sun. .723 astronomical units, or 67.2 million miles from the Sun, we encounter the planet Venus, founded in the 17th century by Babylonian astronomers. In the earlier years of the solar system, Venus was thought to be how Earth is today. But due to greenhouse gases, Venus has entered the state that we see today. The planet is engulfed in thick carbon dioxide clouds, 96% to be exact, causing the surface of the planet to be the hottest in the solar system, at 462 degrees Celsius. The planet is 12,104 kilometers in diameter and 81.5% of Earth's mass, making Venus slightly smaller than its sister planet. Venus takes an astonishing 243 Earth days to complete 1 full rotation, with 243 Earth days to make 1 orbit around the Sun, making Venus having the longest rotation of any planet in the solar system. The surface of the planet is said to be desert-like, with constant volcanic activity fueling the thick clouds the planet has. One astronomical unit, or 93 million miles away from the Sun, is the planet Earth. Home to over 7 billion people and other species, Earth is the only planet to have flourishing life on land or in water. The planet takes 365 approximate days to orbit around the Sun, with a day span of 23 hours and 56 minutes. At the equator, the Earth spans 12,756 kilometers, while at the poles the diameter spans 12,714 kilometers, making the Earth close to a perfect sphere. The composition of the planet is comprised of iron, 32.1%, oxygen, 30.1%, silicon, 15.1%, magnesium, 13.9%, sulfur, 2.9%, nickel, 1.8%, calcium, 1.5%, and aluminum, 1.4%. with the remaining 1.2% consisting of trace amounts of other elements. Roughly 71% of Earth's surface is covered in water, with temperatures ranging from -88 to 58 degrees Celsius. Earth has one moon which orbits the planet, having influence over the ocean tides, and it helps to maintain Earth's axis at about 23.5 degrees. 4 seasons occur around the globe, making Earth the only planet of its kind in the solar system. Traveling 1.524 astronomical units, or 141.6 million miles from the Sun, we come to the planet Mars, discovered in the 2nd millennium BC by Egyptian astronomers. It is the second smallest planet with 2 moons by the name of Phobos and Deimos. Once thought to flourish with life like current-day Earth, the planet gives off a red rust tint due to the iron oxide from the planet's surface. Mars is 6,752 kilometers at its poles and 6,792 kilometers at the equator in diameter, making this planet spherical in shape. The planet sits on a similar axis to Earth, giving the planet a seasonal cycle with temperatures ranging from -153 to 20 degrees Celsius. Mars will take 684 Earth days to fully make one full rotation around the Sun, with a 24-hour, 39-minute, and 35.244-second day span. Mars is home to the solar system's largest volcano, standing at 21 kilometers in altitude and 600 kilometers in length at its base in the solar system. Jupiter is by far the largest planet in our solar system. Thought to be discovered by Babylonian astronomers in the 7th or 8th century BC. The gas giant is 5.203 astronomical units, or 483.6 million miles away from the Sun, spanning 142,984 kilometers at the equator and 133,709 kilometers at the poles. Jupiter takes 4,333 Earth days to orbit around the Sun, with a 9.84 Earth-hour period to make one day's full rotation. 3 rings and 67 moons around the giant planet makes Jupiter with the most moons in the solar system. Being so far away from the Sun, Jupiter only has a surface temperature of -148 degrees Celsius. Beneath the clouds, the pressure is so high, hydrogen takes on a liquid state, making the surface an ocean. The most popular area on Jupiter is the giant red spot swirling around at 3.5 times the size of Earth, and winds ranging from 192 to 400 miles per hour, making living conditions very harsh if humans ever inhabited the planet. Traveling further away from the Sun, Saturn, the second gas giant in our solar system, sits 9.539 astronomical units, or 886.7 million miles. Assyrian astronomers looking to the night sky are said to have discovered Saturn in the 8th century BC. The equatorial diameter is 120,536 kilometers and 108,728 kilometers at the poles of the planet. Saturn has a planetary temperature of -148 degrees Celsius, making any human walking outside instantly freeze. Aside from the 30 rings classified in 7 different groups circling Saturn, one can notice the 62 moons the planet has orbiting it. Saturn's atmosphere is made up of hydrogen 96% and helium 3%, with traces of other substances like methane, ammonia, acetylene, ethane, propane, phosphine. The planet can make one full rotation in 10 hours and 34 minutes, making Saturn the second fastest planet in the solar system, but it takes 29.4 Earth years to fully orbit the Sun. William Herschel discovered Uranus on March 13, 1781. Uranus sits at an astonishing 19.18 astronomical units, or 1,784 million miles from the Sun. Uranus is the third gas giant in our solar system, measuring 49,946 kilometers in diameter at the poles and 51,118 kilometers in diameter at the equator. The planet rotates on its axis at a 98-degree tilt, with 13 rings and 27 moons orbiting the planet. A full day's rotation for the planet takes only 17.9 hours and takes 84.7 Earth years to orbit the Sun. Uranus is nicknamed the ice giant due to the planet having the coldest surface temperature in the solar system, at -224 degrees Celsius. The atmosphere consists of hydrogen, helium, and methane. The methane in the atmosphere is what gives Uranus the bluish tint seen by scientists. Our next stop comes to the solar system's fourth gas giant, Neptune. At 30.6 astronomical units, or 2,794.4 million miles from the Sun, Neptune spins on its axis at 19.1 hours to complete one day's full rotation, with 164.8 Earth years to travel around the Sun. Urbain Le Verrier and Johann Galle founded Neptune on September 23, 1846. The planet can be seen with 5 rings and 14 moons circling with a polar diameter of 48,682 kilometers and 49,528 kilometer diameter at its equator. The atmosphere is comprised of hydrogen, helium, and methane. The methane absorbs red light, which create the bluish color of the planet. Neptune's climate is fierce, with storms raging in the upper atmosphere, and high winds track around the planet at 600 meters per second, with surface temperatures reaching a chilly negative 214 degrees Celsius. Our last stop comes to Pluto. The planet's discovery came on February 18, 1930 by Clyde W. Tombaugh. Once classified as a planet, was demoted in 2006 to a dwarf planet sitting in an orbit at 39.53 astronomical units, or 3,674.5 million miles from the Sun. Pluto takes 248 Earth years to fully orbit the Sun one time, with a 6.39 Earth day span to rotate on its axis. The brown dwarf planet spans 2,372 kilometers in diameter and has a surface temperature of negative 229 degrees Celsius, making it one of the coldest environments in the solar system. Orbiting Pluto is 5 moons: Charon, Erebus, Styx, Nix, and Hydra, each spinning at various speeds like tops.